Hello, and welcome to part 4 of this series I'm doing of Magic the Gathering content creators and their portraits. So today we are going to be taking a look at another one of those content creators who very early on in my Magic career became influential because my friends and I who got into Magic about 2015, 2016 suddenly discovered an OGS Commander. And we didn't know what that was because we were still very new. There was no Magic the Gathering arena to have a lot of content creators out there. They were few and far between back then. And when we found out what Commander was, we needed a source of information to find out more about what was on the horizon coming up, what sort of cards were good. The pool of cards was so huge after all, and one of the channels that we really latched onto was the Command Zone. And here we have Lee Kwai, one of the two main hosts of that show. And he is great. He's got a definite friendly rivalry with his co-host, who we'll be looking at later on. And just one of those characters who really epitomizes, to me anyways, that calm demeanor when playing, which I struggled with at first. I was very competitive at first. I wanted to win, and not being very good, I didn't win a lot. But it was neat to see a player who could speak so eloquently, who could express themselves so well, and yet still have this great passion for the game. His favorite card is arguably called Vidalcan Orrery. A case could be made for Ristic Study, but I figured he doesn't always play blue on the show, so I think he always plays with the Vidalcan Orrery. It's a card that allows you to cast non-land cards anytime you play an instant. So it really opens up the game to creatures and sorceries to be played at instant speed, which is great. So when organizing this drawing, I found the picture I liked. I didn't want Josh to be holding two cards, so he's holding one and kind of gesturing towards an orrery in the background. And my first thought was to include the orrery from the Dark Crystal. And that was great until I realized how old that movie was, and that a lot of people might not know that it's a movie, not a Netflix show. So I thought, okay, what's another great movie that has an orrery in it that was more recent, though? I thought, oh yeah, Tomb Raider. Everyone knows Tomb Raider. And then I looked up, what? 2001? Oh, I am old. So I decided to put the Vidalcan Orrery in the background. So without further ado, let's reveal the drawing as it is right now. And of course, as always, if you've seen these videos before, I'm going to be doing some work on the drawing itself to finish it off, just to show off some skills. So here is Lee Kwai, and he is in front of the actual Vidalcan Orrery, gesturing happily towards it as he holds up the card. And that face, that expressive, enthusiastic face, really to me epitomizes the man himself. So we're going to actually add glasses to Josh. And I've got a picture here, which, there we go, a picture of Josh. And I'm going to be using that to help me draw the glasses. So what you're going to see me be doing is you're going to see me using my pencil to help get some of the angles correct. So for example, in the part of the glasses, I'm not even sure if there's a name that I know for this, but the part which connects from the ear to the lens area, I'm just going to be kind of using my pencil back and forth to kind of figure out the angles there. And a lot of people ask, why would you start with the face and not the glasses themselves? And for me, the easy answer there is if you get the face right, then the glasses can be off a little bit, and that's okay. The glasses might be just sliding down the bridge of the nose a little bit, or maybe they're just, not quite on the face properly. That's not a big deal. If you draw the glasses correctly, but the face ends up being off, then, well, the face is off, and that's not what we want. Our portrait, face off. What? That movie's from, it's older. Oh, okay, well, I'm just going to stop movie references. So let's take a look at our subject here and see if we can't get everything to work out nicely. So I'm working kind of around my tripod, which is going to be a little bit awkward, so I apologize if my arm is in the way sometimes. So we're going to start on the left and work to the right. I am right-handed after all. And just going to get all of our angles correct. And I think I might have goofed on that one there. So just bringing the pencil over to help me get all of the angles in the right spot there. Maybe bring it down a bit more. Okay. And as I'm working away here, as always, I want to make sure I'm protecting the artwork. So I've got some scrap paper here. I'm just going to lay that down so that I'm not going to get my palm in the middle of the orrery, especially these dark areas here, which would then leave marks on my hand, which then might get transferred over to Josh's face, which we definitely don't want. Now the top of Josh's glasses are straight, but then the bottoms are not. They're wider, closer to the ear, and then they are skinnier toward where the lens connects. So I'm kind of being aware of that as I'm drawing my lines in here, and it's more of a curve. So I'm just gonna try and get that curve in there. And people do change their glasses. Not, I wouldn't say fairly often, but often enough that if let's say it turns out that maybe I goof a little bit on some of the angles, I don't think it's as big a deal. We certainly want to be as accurate as possible, but I'm not going to get too worked up over that. Now, here's where we're going to use some of our landmarks. Josh's eyebrow is very close to the top of the glasses. So here I am, there's the top of the glasses. This is where that metal part is. Over here. And you've got the rest of that. I'm going to call it a stem. It just, that word sounds right, but it might not be. And if you have glasses and are offended, I apologize. They get wider over here. And this is again where I'm going to use my pencil just to kind of check the angle of the lens. They are curved on top just a slight little bit. So I'm going to try and get that same angle over here. And just give it a bit of a curve to go with it there. All right. There we go. And as we continue with that, we're going to start to see the glasses do affect how someone looks. It's like when they take their glasses off and you're like, whoa, they look so different. It is really true. There is a change in our perception as glasses come on and off. So just something to be aware. And that's why I think when people choose glasses, they're very particular about how their glasses look because they want to look good while wearing them. Okay, it comes down to just below the lower lid of the eye. So we're going to stop about here, here-ish. Again, I'm going to check my angle. And it looks like the two edges don't quite line up. So the one closer to us does appear larger to us, and that makes sense. Where's my line? There it is. And it's a curve. It's a fairly angled curve though. So there's the glasses. There are the glasses, I guess, kind of taking shape. And they curve right up to the nose, and they're snug to where the nose is there. So you've got a line here coming down. And then we're just going to thicken the frames a little bit here. And there's Josh and his happy face taking shape. We've got the thickness of the lens. And we see a little bit of a reflection here at the bottom. So I'm just going to create that too. And even those reflections, if they're a little bit off, as light changes, the reflections will change as well. So I'm not going to be too worried about that there. Okay, and a bit more curve here. And we've got the glasses that are taking shape. There's a slight dip over here, the top of the bridge of the glasses, and you've got some thickness just above the nose here. So there's a shadow beneath that bridge too, which is going to create a bit of darkness over there. There we go. I'm going to use my trick again to check the angle. There we go. And again, just kind of check to where the glasses line up. There. And it is tedious to go back and forth like this, but it just guarantees a little more accuracy. It also gives you the confidence to keep going and to keep drawing. Okay, slight curve in here and curves upward just above where the eye is, so we only really see a little bit of the upper eyelid, a hint of it taking shape there. And darken all of this. And I think maybe I need to thicken the frame right there a little bit. That's better. Okay. I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat, so I'm so sorry if my little harumphs here are in the microphone. If that is bothering you, I'll try to be more aware of that. I always hate it when YouTubers, especially streamers, are eating while they're streaming, and all you hear is the chomp chomp. So I need to do a better job being aware of what I'm doing too. That's, I think, something which I'm sure people struggle with, but I'm gonna try to be aware that that is a thing that could happen. Okay, so I think at this point we're looking pretty good. The lens does stick out a bit here. We've got the other planetoid, this part of the orrery, sticking out, and I think Josh is looking pretty darn good there. So I hope you found that helpful, drawing in glasses on a face. And again, my personal preference is to draw the face first. In the pictures that I showed you from the last video of MTG Nerd Girl, I actually did try to do the glasses first on the version that didn't work you saw at the end. So that, and I don't think that was necessarily the only reason why that picture didn't work, but that was something which I think didn't help. So I definitely do enjoy the fact that I did the face first on this one, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please shoot me a like, share it if you think other friends would enjoy seeing this, and if you really enjoy the content of my channel, please give it a subscription as well. Thank you so much and have a great day.